Are you using pain relievers every day to deal with the persistent ache in your knees, back, shoulders, or hands? If you are like millions of other seniors in America, the answer is probably I have to. What other choice is there? But what most people do not realize is this. Up to 99% of people with arthritis are using pain medication incorrectly every day. And that not only makes them less effective, but it also silently damages your very own stomach, liver, and kidneys. Stop for a moment and think about this. How many times have you taken a painkiller in the morning without eating anything first? Have you ever felt more pain than usual and decided to take an extra pill without asking anyone? Or are you taking a prescription medication and still adding over-the-counter drugs from the supermarket? These seemingly harmless habits over time can cause stomach ulcers, liver failure, kidney damage, and even hospitalization. This is not some far-fetched scenario. A New Jersey internist once compiled statistics. For every 10 seniors hospitalized for gastrointestinal bleeding, 7 had a habit of taking anti-inflammatory drugs on an empty stomach. And more worryingly, the majority of those who suffered liver or kidney complications related to painkillers had no idea they were using them incorrectly. I know, when the pain hits, you just want it to disappear as quickly as possible. But using medicine incorrectly is no different than dousing a fire with water, only to let the embers smolder inside. The pain might subside temporarily, but the consequences are still accumulating inside your body, day after day. In this video, I want to look squarely at 3 common mistakes that most people with arthritis are making when using pain relievers. Not to point fingers, but so you can make adjustments starting today before the pills meant to help you become the unexpected cause of your declining health. If you are taking medicine every day to maintain your lifestyle, then do not skip this video. What I am about to share could help you live longer, healthier, and especially with less pain without having to sacrifice your liver, kidneys, or stomach. Now let us begin. Mistake 1. Taking medicine on an empty stomach damages your stomach. You might be used to taking your pain medication right after waking up, even before breakfast. It is faster. It is convenient, you think. But what very few doctors reiterate is this. Taking medicine on an empty stomach, especially anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen or naproxen, can silently cause stomach inflammation, gastrointestinal bleeding, and in many cases led to serious complications in older adults. Did you know that the stomach lining of a person over 65 is already thinner and much more vulnerable than a younger person's? When you take medicine while your stomach is empty, the acid inside is not neutralized by food. At this point, the pill not only dissolves faster, it also comes into direct contact with the stomach lining in a defenseless state. The result is that the small inflammations can silently form, spread, and cause internal bleeding without your knowledge, until a sharp, cramping pain suddenly strikes in the middle of the night. Martha, 72, from Ohio, used to take ibuprofen every morning for her wrist arthritis. I thought it was just a small pill. What could it hurt? She recalled. Until one day she was rushed to the hospital for vomiting blood and severe stomach cramps. An endoscopy revealed a deep ulcer that had been forming for months. She had no idea the main culprit was her habit of taking pills on an empty stomach each morning. Many people say, I have been doing it for years, nothing has happened. But that is precisely what makes it so dangerous. The harmful effects of incorrect medication use do not appear immediately. They seep in, accumulating silently. By the time your body speaks up, the damage has already become difficult to reverse. So what should you do? Do not wait until you feel stomach pain to worry. The simple but life-saving rule is always take medicine after eating. A light breakfast, maybe a slice of bread, a few spoonfuls of oatmeal, or just a glass of milk, is enough to create a protective layer for your stomach. Unless specifically instructed by your doctor, you should never take pain relievers on an empty stomach. Also, ask your pharmacist or doctor about taking additional medication to protect your stomach lining if you need to use anti-inflammatory drugs long-term. There are very effective, supportive solutions. You just need to know to ask. One pill taken at the wrong time can cause consequences that last for months. But just one small change, eating before you take it, can protect you from that. So do not let a new pain emerge elsewhere in your stomach just because of a seemingly harmless habit. Now let us move on to the second common mistake. When the pain becomes unbearable and you decide to increase the dose without asking anyone. Mistake 2. Upping the dose yourself when in pain without asking a doctor. Arthritis pain can linger all day, or it can suddenly become so intense that you cannot lift your leg out of bed. In moments like these, it is understandable to think, one pill is not enough, I must need more. And so you increase the dosage yourself without consulting your doctor. It may sound logical, but this is one of the most dangerous mistakes that older adults commonly make. Unlike food or vitamins, painkillers, especially NSAIDs, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and opioids, have strict dosage limits. Exceeding the recommended dose does not make the drug stronger. It just overloads your liver, kidneys, and heart. For a younger person, the body can still recover. But in people over 65, the metabolic system has weakened, and independently increasing the dose can lead to drug poisoning, irregular heartbeat, acute liver damage, and even permanent kidney failure. Walter, 78, from Arizona, was once hospitalized in a delirious state due to acute liver failure. He had taken double his dose of acetaminophen because today hurt more than usual. In his 10 years of taking the drug, he had never had a problem until the one time he increased the dose himself, the time that landed him in the hospital for nearly 2 weeks, with his liver function never fully recovering to what it was before. The question you need to ask is not, how much longer can I endure the pain? But rather, is today's dose safe for my body tomorrow? Because every body is a unique system. What works for someone else might be too much for you, especially if you have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or have been on long-term medication. So what should you do if the pain becomes unbearable? Stop and call your doctor. They might adjust the medication, switch to a slow-release formula, combine it with physical therapy, or even prescribe another drug to protect your organs when you need a higher dose. But only they, the ones who understand your body's condition, have the knowledge to make a safe decision. Remember, increasing your own dose is not a sign of strength. It is a trade-off between less pain now and long-term decline. And at this age, every pill needs to be considered as carefully as every step you take to stay steady each day. Now let us move on to the third serious mistake, one that many people make when taking multiple types of drugs at once, hoping for faster pain relief. If you are still watching and finding these tips helpful, go ahead and comment the number 2 below to let me know. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss new videos. Your support helps us continue creating more helpful and inspiring content. Mistake 3. Taking multiple types of pain relievers at once harms the liver and kidneys. You have pain in multiple places at once: your knees, lower back, hands. You have one pill your doctor prescribed, but then you remember there is a bottle of over-the-counter pain reliever in the cabinet. One more of these should be fine, you think. And so, in a single day, you might take 2 or 3 different kinds of pain relievers, hoping the pain will subside faster. But did you know that this seemingly harmless act is silently exhausting your liver and kidneys every day? Many pain relievers, despite different names and brands, contain nearly identical ingredients. A prime example is acetaminophen, paracetamol, found in dozens of over-the-counter drugs, from cold and flu remedies to fever reducers and painkillers. When you take multiple drugs without carefully checking the ingredients, you unknowingly introduce an unsafe dosage into your body. An older adult's liver already has a reduced detoxification function. Processing multiple painkillers at once overworks the liver, creating toxins that attack the liver tissue itself, leading to acute hepatitis, jaundice, fatigue, and in many cases, irreversible liver failure. The kidneys are not spared either. When too many metabolites accumulate, especially in people with underlying conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes, the kidneys are gradually damaged, with early symptoms being just fatigue, nausea, or urinating less than usual. Linda, 75, from Colorado, once took Tylenol Cold an Advil for her back pain, and an Aleve for her knees all at once. She did not know they all contained potent active ingredients affecting her liver and kidneys. The result was that after just 3 days, she felt nauseous, could not eat, and was hospitalized because her liver enzymes had skyrocketed to 3 times the normal level. The mistake here is not carelessness, but a lack of information. So if you are making multiple medications, do one simple but crucial thing. Read the ingredients carefully, write down the drug names, and share that list with your doctor at every checkup. Ask, I am taking drug A, does it have the same active ingredient as drug B? That question could be the key to saving your liver and kidneys for years to come. And most importantly, never combine drugs on your own because you think taking more will make it work faster. Your body is not a machine built for endurance. It needs finesse, balance, and patience. Sometimes less medicine provides safer and more sustainable results than a rushed combination that no one is supervising. Now you know the 3 common mistakes people with arthritis often make when using medication. And more importantly, you can absolutely change that starting today. We have just gone over 3 common but incredibly dangerous mistakes that most people with arthritis make when using pain relievers. Taking them on an empty stomach, which damages the stomach. Upping the dose yourself whenever the pain is worse without asking a doctor. And taking multiple kinds of drugs at once, not knowing they are silently attacking your own liver and kidneys. Perhaps you have done these things for years without any serious issues arising, but that is precisely what makes it more dangerous. Because the consequences do not arrive in a day or a week. They accumulate month after month, until your body simply cannot take it anymore. The good news is you can absolutely change. You do not have to stop your medication. You do not have to live with the pain, but you do have to learn to use medicine correctly so every pill you take truly helps you feel better without bringing other burdens to your health. A light meal before taking your pill, a call to the doctor before increasing your dose, a moment to double-check the names of the drugs you are using. These are small things, but they are the difference between safety and risk. Now, I invite you to take a minute and ask yourself, have you ever taken medicine on an empty stomach? Ever added an extra pill without asking anyone? Or ever taken multiple drugs without checking their ingredients? If the answer is yes, then this is your moment to adjust. Not out of fear, but because you deserve to live healthier, with less pain and less worry every single day. If what I have shared today helped you realize something important, please leave a comment that says, I will use my medicine correctly. That is not just a promise to me, but a gentle commitment you make to your own health. Thank you for watching until the very end. I will see you in the next video, where we will continue to explore the small things that can change the entire journey of living a long and healthy life.